Welcome back to Harold Guitars, the next stage of the flamenco guitar build. What you're seeing here, I must be honest, I do apologise. I appear to have missed out a step from the point of view of teaching you how to do this, but I'll explain it as we go along. It's relatively self-explanatory. The device you can see here is known as a go bar deck, or it's a traditional bracing system for placing the bracing on the soundboard of the guitar. So what's happened here is I've added the small pieces of timber to the top. That's spruce, the same as the soundboard, same material as the soundboard, and roughly cut it to shape. The width of the individual pieces is correct, the heights aren't, but we'll do that manually. And quite simply, there's little sticks. These are actually sort of carbon fibre rods which you offer onto the wood and then just push them on the other side of the deck, and that adds enough pressure. So here's all the bracing in place, ready to be worked. This is a very traditional fan bracing pattern. There's all manner of ways of sticking little bits of wood to the underside of guitar tops to strengthen and give rigidity to them. This is the original, I would assume, Antonio Torres fan bracing pattern, and if it's good enough for Mr. Torres, it's good enough for me. So all stuck down, ready to go. I'm just taking the bracing down to 4mm. I've marked the side of each of the bracing struts, so we're basically following the line, and it should be the right height. Little violet maker's plane, helping to bring that top edge into true. And just cutting the pyramid shape onto the struts so they remain high and strong, but as with more flamenco builds, the idea is to try and make the thing as light as possible. It's nice and responsive. So 80 grit sandpaper now, just to smooth out the lines of the facets of the plane made. Still part of the shaping process, really, sandpaper. With this in terms of do. Now I'm just marking the point at which I'm going to create the taper at the end of both ends of all the braces. Scribe a line across so it will look pretty. Obviously the bottom ones are at an angle. And essentially just carve from that mark down to the soundboard. Top of the guitar, you see currently clamped down to the Solera work board, again traditional. And shaping the main transverse braces. There's 3 on this particular bracing pattern, 1 above, 1 below the sound hole, and 1 just below where the heel of the neck will sit. So again, I'm just taking material away from the sides progressively to create a pyramid type shape. Again with the violin maker's plane. A little bit of 120 grit paper just to further refine the finish of the brace. It was nice to have a good smooth area inside the vault of the box. Allow the air to move freely over the braces and create more coherent sound. Same with the transverse braces then, just marking the point at which I'm going to carve them down, and they are of course symmetrical. bracing, as well as causing additional rigidity to the extremely thin soundboard. Also there is the kind of engine of the guitar, if you like. So it's possible to change the entire voicing of the guitar by adjusting the bracing.